So I read all your comments on my last YouTube video, and some people got it. Some people didn't. So I've decided to do a real modification video and showing you how you can modify your BMW with a bit of due care and attention this time. First off, we're going to do the grills properly this time. Oh, the bonnet's open. Okay, first off, open the bonnet. T30 torque screw. Oh, it's so cold, I can't get it out. Okay, take off the weather stripping. Carefully. And there's 4 bolts on the top, torque screws. T30. Undo them. Fast forward, Donica. Once you've got them loosened, put them in a safe place. Don't leave them on the engine because you'll lose them down into the belly pan like I've done lots of times before. So that'll allow you to pull the bumper forward a little bit. And there are clips behind the grills that you need to just undo and then push the grill out from behind. You can use a flathead screwdriver or something to get in and pry them apart. So you get the flathead screwdriver. The ones on the tops are easier, So you get the flathead screwdriver. The ones on the top are easier to get to, with the ones on the bottom are a little bit harder. I need gloves. It's tough on the handy wendies. Right, so go to Poundland and buy some gardener's gloves, because it's so cold. This corner one is always the hardest. I just find it's best to use your hand. No. And it's off. Do the same the other side. Oh, both of them off. Just get the new ones and they pop back into the place. Make sure you line them up correctly so you don't damage the new grills, which is more important. That's it. And then put the screws back in and the weather stripping on and you're done. There you go. Done. So the next thing we're going to do is add splitters to the front. They're basically just stick-on parts, but they look quite good. We're going to do it carefully this time. First thing you need to do is make sure that the bumper and the area is prepped and clean. This one has just been washed, so it's actually fine. You just tape the 3M double-sided tape to the bottom, the top, and this bit here and that bit there. See that? That came off because I didn't clean the splitter itself. So make sure you clean the inside of the splitter as well, because there can be dust on it too. Oh, I did like. So spray some window lean. I don't have window lean, but Mr. Muscle Multitask Window, I assume, is the same thing. That'll make the adhesive less sticky for a short time, and then when it dries it'll be sticky. So it'll give us more playroom to make mistakes when you're putting it on. Oh, that's the wrong side. Yeah. I think I put too much window lean on now, and now it won't stick. Might let that dry for a little bit. So just a light spray of Mr. Muscle this time. somewhere like it. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is change these angel eyes from the amber colour to a crisp LED white, make it look like the updated version. I've got this kit here, I'll put a link in the description below and I'll show you how to do it. I'll bring you in a bit closer. Okay, so on the E92, you just pop this, two little tabs. Use a flathead screwdriver or something. That allows you access to the bulbs. That is where we're going to be working. And you want to change the one there with the grey clip on the back of it. You need to turn the bulb that way, a quarter turn, to get it out. Might be a bit stiff, but once you've done that, you can see it loosens up. You can pull it out. Be careful not to touch this because if you get grease on the bulb, if you want to use them again, you'll burn it out. It's handy to have as a backup bulb. So carefully remove that. Unclip these little grey pieces. Keep that somewhere safe. So you need to connect all your wires together. Leave the resistor on the side. You can just connect that. It only goes in one way. There we go. Now this is the tricky bit. Squeeze it together. Turn. That's it. It's a bit finicky, but eventually you'll get it. You need to make sure that these two arms that are clamped in, that they open. There's little holes on the inside to send the LED light to the second halo. Now obviously they're not going to be as bright because it's stronger here. Next thing to do, pop all the resistors in safely. Make sure they're not rattling or hitting off anything. And put the lid back on. And that's it, done. And do the same for the other side. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is install the spoiler. This one came pre-painted from China, standard. Now the only issue with this is that it's a little bit stiff. By right you should use a hair dryer or a heat gun to soften it a bit, but I don't have an extension lead that reached this far. So clean the surface properly, make sure there's no dust, no wax, no dirt, no grime. Do a test fit. You want to make sure that you've got even distance on either side of the boot lid. I have done these before and I've done them wrong. I'm just going to chance it on this one because I don't have time to get an extension lead. So you want to try and have it flush with the edge. So you go around here and use your finger to feel if it's the right distance. Use painter's tape to mark off where you want to actually put it. See, this is the problem with this one. It'll keep moving if you don't heat it first. What we can do is go right in the middle and then bend it to that. That's too far that side. I can't stress how much you should really use a heat gun here. Put a bit of tape where you want. The center to be. That looks about even on either side. If you have to take this off and you make a mistake, it is not easy to do. Okay, so got it stuck in the middle. Smooth the whole way down. Put the little curve in it yourself. Okay. There we go. If you did have a few little kinks in it or it's not fully even, you can just get a heat gun, soften it up. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is change the number plate lights from halogen to LED. You get a flathead screwdriver, push it in, pull it to the right, the whole unit, and then you pull it downwards a little bit. And once it's down, you slide it back that way. And then it comes out. Obviously, turn off the lights before you do that. Pull out the old light, hold. They can be hot, careful. Don't touch them if you want to use them again. There we go, make sure it's facing the right direction, not that way. If it doesn't come on, it means you've got it the wrong way around. Just change it. Same thing for the other side.